When miracles come from resilience, the heartwarming story of a girl selling art and Clint Eastwood. Life is sometimes full of challenges, but it is in the most desperate moments that we see the true strength of human will. This is the story of Sophie Carter, a young girl with cancer, determined to use her artistic talent to fight her fate. She did not expect that one day, a man in a cowboy hat would walk into her life and change everything. That man was Hollywood legend Clint Eastwood. Sophie Carter was once an enthusiastic art student with a colorful world. She loved painting and always believed that one day, her paintings would be displayed in famous galleries. But life did not always go as planned. At the age of 23, Sophie was diagnosed with terminal cancer. Her family was financially exhausted after the long treatments, and the health insurance was not enough to cover the cost of further chemotherapy. Not willing to give up on her fate, Sophie decided to earn money with her own hands. She brought her beloved paintings to the city sidewalk to sell. Every day, she sat under the scorching sun, trying to convince each passerby to buy the paintings. But most of them just glanced at them or even walked straight away without paying any attention. Some people stopped, but not to buy, but to express their pity. "Young lady, I'm so sorry for your situation. Keep up the good work," they said, but no one really believed that these paintings were worth a large sum of money. As each day passed, Sophie felt the pressure on her shoulders. She began to wonder, am I doing something useless? But just when she was about to lose all hope, a miracle happened. One late afternoon, Sophie was cleaning up her stall when an older man stopped in front of her paintings. He was wearing a leather jacket and a cowboy hat that had faded with age. He stared at the paintings for a long time, his eyes sharp and thoughtful. "Did you paint these?" he asked, his voice deep and authoritative. Sophie nodded. "Yes, I painted them myself. They're all I have." The man pondered for a moment, then pointed to a painting. It was an image of a cowboy standing alone in the desert, his eyes looking far away toward the horizon. "How much is this one?" he asked. $200, Sophie replied, not daring to hope too much. The man said nothing. He just pulled out a checkbook, wrote a few quick lines, and handed it to Sophie. When she looked down, she was stunned. The check was for $50,000. The art buyer was not an ordinary person. Sophie stammered, "Sir, are you sure? I just want to sell it for its original price." The man smiled slightly. "I've never paid a low price for anything of real value. I bought it not out of pity, but because it's worth it." It was only when the man turned and walked away that a passerby recognized him and exclaimed, "Oh my God! That's Clint Eastwood." The surrounding crowd immediately became abuzz. A Hollywood legend had just bought Sophie's painting, and not only that, he had paid a huge sum for it. The news spread quickly. People who had previously been indifferent to Sophie's paintings now turned around and fought to buy them. Within a few hours, all of her paintings were sold. Sophie couldn't believe her eyes. In just one day, she not only earned enough money for her next round of chemotherapy but also had enough money to pursue her artistic dream. Clint Eastwood's action not only helped Sophie financially but also gave her confidence. He did it not out of pity, but because he saw her true value. That is the difference between charity and recognition. Sophie's story quickly spread on social networks and media. She received invitations from many art galleries. The paintings that were once ignored now became symbols of hope and determination. And most importantly, Sophie lived. She continued to fight the disease, not only with medicine but with the passion in her heart. In life, sometimes just a small action can completely change a person's destiny. Sophie Carter persevered against adversity, and that spirit led her to miracles. Clint Eastwood is not a miracle worker, he is just someone who recognizes a strong soul shining in the midst of life. So, never underestimate your own worth. Because who knows, one day, when you persistently pursue your dreams, someone will see and help you shine.